Hi. What's up, guys? How you doing, man? It's Joe D, and having a Sunday morning coffee. Haven't done this in a while. Got my big Krispy Kreme mug here. Big Krispy Kreme coffee mug here, man. It's got the Krispy Kreme on that side, and then the donuts, coffee, and I've got my I've got donuts here. See, with cream cheese and jelly. They're just Jew donuts, man. You know what I'm saying? Some people call them bagels. Mm. So I'm having those. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to jump in on video, you're more than welcome to. I figure we haven't done this in a while. I'll post the link in the chat. So here's the link to the show. If you want to jump in, you're more than welcome to. You know what I'm saying? We can talk about it. So um normally just get on here real quick, have a cup of coffee, and talk about like the morning games, the early games, stuff like that. I am a Rams fan, as you can see. I always have that behind me. You usually can't see it in my videos, I guess, because my chair is blocking it, but that is always behind me. It's always there. And then my Rams shirt. I am a former Rams season ticket holder. I don't know. I no longer have season tickets to the Rams, but I still do have my season tickets to the Cardinals. I live in Phoenix, so I do get to see the Rams every year because they're a division opponent. So that's why I have the season tickets for the Rams, for the Cardinals. Um, Let me see here. I'm trying to pull up stuff on my iPad, and yeah, see, DirecTV is driving me nuts. I am a huge cord cutter, as some know, and for some reason, DirecTV Now signed me out on all my devices. So uh, let me quickly sign in here on this device. I don't. They say for my protection. Okay. It doesn't feel like it when you're having to sign in on all these damn devices. You know what I'm saying? And Apple swears that you can sync everything up across all your devices, and you can't. It doesn't work like they say. It works for quite a bit of stuff, but not for everything, man. It has this password wrong, I'll tell you that. So I had to type it in, and then in my Apple TVs I have to like bup 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 every single. And you can use your phone or you could use your iPad to control your Apple TVs, of course. Hey, we got Havana in there, man. Hey, what's up, Zach? How you doing, man? Yeah, you can't see the Rams blanket because it's always behind me. Yeah, my giant head, exactly, and my giant body. So yeah, that blocks the whole damn thing, man. That's what. So I figured, uh, and I am having a large cup of coffee, and it's all relevant because that is from the donut shop, and these are Jew donuts. Like I said, some people call them bagels. So, whew, had a long, long, long night into the wee hours of the morning. Finished up my editing that I had to do um, for that one particular client, that photo shoot. So that's out of the way. Whew. Um, got Seattle coming in to the Cardinals coming in here to, well, they're going to be playing here. I was supposed to go to that game. It's always fun going to ball games, man. I'm still kind of up in the air if I'm going to go, but I, of course, do have my tickets. It's a lot of fun. Have I showed? I'm sure at some point I've showed the view of the view from my seats. I'm sure at some point I have. Uh, where's my let me see my photos. Yeah, because I went to the Redskins game. Oh, yeah, here's a video. Let me see here. Shot a quick little video. Let me see, where's the where is the oh man, come on. You're killing me here, Smalls. Where's it hiding the video? Hmm. Oh well. Where is it hiding the video? That's stupid. I was gonna show everybody. Oh well. Here's a photo from my seats at least, and you can kind of at least see a photo. I was going to show a video what it's like to be at Cardinal Stadium, seeing a game, but I can at least show. Um, come on, man! How come? Oh, there we go. I can at least show what it's like to sit, and of course, it's. I'm using for some reason, like yesterday's show when I do the main Share Beer show. I always use Safari. For some reason, the plugin isn't working right. So I'm using right now Chrome, and I haven't used Chrome in forever. But that's what it's like from the cheap seats. The cheap seats that I have. So that's where I sit. Um, just a few rows back from the field in the end zone, man. It's freaking awesome. And that was for the Redskins game. As you can tell, it's hard to tell the Cardinal fans from the Redskins fans because it's practically the same color. But that's what it's like to sit in the main end zone on the main level um, at what are they calling it now? Cardinal Stadium. It's is it State Farm? I think it's State Farm Stadium now, something like that. Let's see if it says in the picture. It doesn't say anywhere in the picture, does it? Yeah, State Farm. Yep, it sure does. Well, small there in them. But that's what it's like. That's where I sit. Um, it's awesome. It's a great place if you're ever in Arizona, ever in Phoenix. You want to see a game. It's a great. You think you might want to see your team play. It is a great stadium. Um, let me see here. So let's go over this week's games, right? Today's games. Let's see. NFL week 4, right? Preseason, regular season, week 4. 2018. Yep. Awesome. Yeah, I like the way Google does this, man. Yeah, week 4 of 17. You've already had the Rams beat. We played Thursday night. Everybody knows that because everybody saw it because hello, it's the Rams. So these are the matchups we got today. And as you can see, football here comes on pretty early in the morning compared to the East Coast. It comes on while you're still having breakfast. But I dig it, you know what I'm saying? Because it also ends fairly early. But in any case, you've got the Rams 38, the Vikings 31. Rams beat the Vikings this past Thursday, in a shootout. I could see where it's a good game if you're just a fan watching the game, but for me, being a Rams fan, I was really disappointed with my defense. I wanted my defense, with all these players that we have. I thought the defense should have stepped up more, but we do have both our starting cornerbacks with injuries. So, and a few other defensive players that had some injuries as well. So, we were definitely fortunate to come out on the good side of that shootout with the Vikings, who's also, as you can see from scoring 31 points themselves, a very good team. Still, not as good as they were last year, but still a good team. You got the Texans and the Colts today. I'm not sure what's going on with the Texans, right? What's their record anyway? Let's click on them and check out their does it give their stats? It doesn't. It should. How come it's not giving their stats? I want to see what their oh, come on, I don't want their schedule. I just want their standings. Duh. So right now you got, here it is in the AFC. So you've got the Dolphins at 3-0, Patriots at 1-2. What's up with that, right? Let me go back here and then go to standings from here so I can go back and forth. Patriots at 1-2. Who do the Patriots have? They've got the Dolphins today, which is actually, even when the Dolphins are playing horribly, and I think the Dolphins are actually playing pretty decent right now, aren't they? Yeah, of course, because they're 3-0. So even when the Dolphins are playing horribly, they still play the Patriots very well. They're in the same division, and they still give the Patriots fits for some reason. They just historically have. So the Dolphins coming to New England is actually a pretty damn tough game. But the Patriots are getting they're getting some players back today too, aren't they? Oh my God, who's Edelman? I think is coming back today. You've got who else coming back from them? They've got some key players coming back, and then they've got that one cat that they traded for or something. But I think he's going to be playing today. And I thought they made one trade during the week, didn't they? In any case, it should be a fairly interesting game. So it'll be a game that I'll be keeping my eyes on, because you're kind of wondering what's going on with the Patriots. They've had some slow starts before. So we'll see. I think this is a key game. Week 4 is a week where all your analysts start paying attention. You know what I'm saying? They start, okay, you're starting to make who you are for this season, right? So week 4 is kind of a pivotal season. All your players that were holding out a little bit now have a few games under their belt, almost like their little preseason is over. So week 4 is a very pivotal week. Bears and the Buccaneers, man. You've got Fitz over there, quarterback Fitzgerald. He's playing very well right now. So the Bears defense is going to have their hands full with that Buccaneers offense. I believe they're a pretty high scoring offense too, aren't they? As long as Fitz works his magic, right? Some people are calling him Fitz magic. But you've got the Big Mac truck over there with the Bears on defense, but their offense needs to step up, I think, this week. I'm not sure about the Buccaneers defense. I don't know too much about the Buccaneers defense, but that should be a pretty interesting game. You've got Travinsky? Is it Travinsky? Is he the quarterback for the Bears? That's that cat that they traded for. They could have Oh my God, who's the quarterback um, that they could have had? Because they traded up for this guy. Oh, it's the quarterback for the Chiefs, right? So we'll see, man. A lot of Bears fans that are still angry over that draft. I think that was last year's draft, if I'm not mistaken, where the Bears traded the farm to get Travinsky, and they passed up this quarterback that's playing for the Chiefs, and playing incredibly right now for the Chiefs. But so a lot of Bears fans still a little salty about that deal. So this is a big game for the Bears. A lot of Bears fans are wanting, you know, Travinsky to step up, man. Start playing good. So we'll see about that one. Lions and Cowboys. Uh, I don't know, man. What can you say about the Cowboys? Uh, do they have some people coming off of like suspension? Do the Cowboys have anybody that's coming back? I thought I heard. Let's see. Week 4 odds picks against spread. Cowboys roll Lions. So that's CBS predictions. Let's see. Let's pull that up here. See what. Hopefully this doesn't automatically play some video. I don't want to be. Uh, yeah, no, block that. I don't need notifications. Um, yeah, I'd like to see. Yeah, Cowboys versus Lions, the targeted game. Let's see. Uh, Seahawks. Yeah, I think it looks like the Cowboys and Lions is kind of one of them toss-up games. If you're a fan, of course, you're gonna watch. I think the Lions are playing pretty damn good though, aren't they right now? Don't they have a decent record? Let's see, what's the Lions record? Oh, nope, they don't. I take that back. They're both 1-2 teams, right? So, we'll see. We'll see. That's definitely a fan game. If you're a fan of either team, you're going to be watching those games, and we'll see how that one goes. You got the Falcons and Bengals. That's another like hard watch right there, right? Falcons and Bengals is another hard watch, man. That's you got the Bills Packers. The Bills crushed it last weekend, right? I mean, they're the ones that didn't they goose egg the Vikings? Did the Vikings score a point in that game against the Bills? I don't think they did. How did they? Let me click on the Bills here. Da, 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 da. Bills Ravens, Bills Vikings. Oh, they did. Okay, it was 27-6. And that was in Minnesota. And then Minnesota had to go to LA and play us, the Rams. Us, you like that? Then they had to play us, the Rams, in LA for a huge shootout on a short week. So the Bills are coming off of a big, a big win, but now they've got to play the man over there in Green Bay, and can they hang with Mr. Limpfoot over there? um, that'll be interesting to see, man. Are the Bills for real, or was that just some kind of fluke? Aaron Rodgers will definitely test them out. So I know there's some very, very diehard Bills fans out there, and that's one of those northern games, and we'll see how we'll see how well the Bills fans travel to Wisconsin and show up for that game, and that'll be an interesting game to see if the Bills are that for real, or was it just a fluke? Was it just that one game? And the Bengals Falcons, I don't know, man. The Falcons, what are you going to do with the Falcons? You know what I'm saying? They had that They had that incredible loss to the Patriots in the Super Bowl, and it just seems like they just have not. It feels like to me they're still feeling that Super Bowl. It still feels like the Falcons are just. I don't know. They're just still in this purgatory or something. You just don't know what to expect out of the Falcons. The Bengals, yeah, who knows about the Bengals? You know what I'm saying? I mean, they sometimes show up, sometimes they don't. So that's one of those games. If you're a fan of either team, I don't know. I don't know too many Falcons fans. I don't know too many Falcons fans. Is there a Falcon fan out there? I know of some Bagel fans, believe it or not. I see them on TV, but I don't see or hear of too many Falcons fans actually. And the Falcons have played here before, and I remember seeing Falcons fans at the game, and I was like, wow, they actually do have fans. That's cool. In any case, Jets and Jaguars. That's an interesting game, right? Because the Jets seem to have a little momentum. We'll see how that goes for New York. And the Jaguars, is their quarterback going to step up this week and actually have some good offense going, lead his offense, or is he not? The Jaguars defense is pretty for real. I mean, we know, but they can't hold a team forever. So that'll be an interesting game for that region, I would imagine. That might even be let's see so far that might even be the game that they show on TV. That might be the big game on the East Coast, possibly. What else do you have? Yeah, that might. Well, Eagles and Titans. Well, no, still, I don't know. That might be the big one on the East. We'll see. Uh, and then the last morning game for me, I call them morning games for us. Oh, once you're like past the mountain time zone, and once you're past the mountain time zone, it's morning games and afternoon games, and then you have the evening game. I know if you're east of the mountain time zone, central time zone, and eastern time zone, then it's always like your afternoon game and your evening game, and then you have the late game. Is what we call our evening game. But once you're out towards the east, so in central and the east, then it's kind of considered that way, I think, right? But in any case, you have the last one is the Eagles and the Titans. I know you're pretty
Yeah,
pumped for your Broncos, man.
last day of baseball too.
Oh yeah, it is the last day of baseball, and the Dodgers are in, baby. So that's it. You know?
Well, Rockies Dodgers both play today,
Yeah.
and I think I don't know how it breaks down, but I think if they both win, the Rockies take the division because they're tied right now.
Yeah. Yep.
I haven't watched a minute of an NFL game yet this year.
You have it?
No, I've kind of read. I've done some reading and watched over the stats and stuff, but
Oh man, that's communism. You
yeah,
must be a communist.
probably.
um, let me mention these last few games here. You got the Browns and the Raiders, which actually the Raiders. What's up with Gruden, man? Gruden needs to step up. Gruden, this is my opinion on Gruden. I like Gruden on TV. Gruden on TV was great as an analyst, as a specialized guy who specialized in quarterback, sort of scouting and all that sort of thing. He was fantastic. His personality, everything was fantastic for TV. He was a good watch. as a coach, I felt like he was slightly overrated, man. I felt like he got lucky as a coach. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. He got a ring out of it. I get all that. You got to have some sort of talent to at least get to the ring. But I felt like he got lucky, man. He played his old team in the Super Bowl, and that team was falling apart on their way to the Super Bowl. They were falling apart, right? They had their defensive lineman, or was it their offensive? Was it their center or their nose tackle that was like in complete meltdown? Remember, they had to go find him and all kinds of crap. They didn't know where he was. This is days before this. Do you remember that? I remember all that crap. In any case, he practically knew their whole playbook going into it and got himself a ring, and didn't do much else after, and didn't do much before. Always had disappointing seasons, if you ask me. And so he goes to coach the Raiders, and he's hailed as this incredible coach, and he was, but I don't know. So we kind of need to see something from Gruden, right? We need to see, and then he goes to Oakland. They sign over the world to him, right? Goes to Oakland and immediately gets rid of one of the best defensive players in the league. Like, are you kidding me? What was that? And he's just justifying it by saying, "Oh, you're gonna see that was a good trade." I don't know, man. I think Chicago agrees with you, man. Chicago thinks you're the best coach ever right now. Chicago got their, Chicago's always had these incredible stud defensive people, right? They had Urlacher, they had Singletary. They've got these big names, right? And now they got the Mack truck, baby. What's better than that? That guy's killing it right now, man. Oh, we got Coach in there, man. He says he's at work making that cheddar. um, but yeah, that I don't know. So I got to see something. The Browns actually have had some close games, man. They've actually had some games that they should have won. And so I'm interested in that game. They just won last week, right? They won the last Thursday nighter. So they've had a long period off. They've got their number one pick quarterback playing pretty darn good. We'll see if he's the real deal, right? What's his name again? He was that. Well, he was, huh? Mayfield. Yeah.
Mayfield?
Yeah. They're calling him. I think they're trying to call him Money Mayfield too, aren't they? Like the boxer.
Oh God, I hope not. I'll be back. I'm getting a fridge delivered, so I think it just showed up.
Oh, cool. Right on. I know how that is. I'm usually the guy delivering the fridge. And then the Seahawks and Cardinals. That's the one playing here in Phoenix. And I don't know. What can you say about both? Dude, that's like a bird bowl, right? You got the both bird teams playing each other, and I don't know, that game's for the birds, isn't it? Like, the Cardinals just look. I mean, it's all I have to hear about all day, every day is the Cardinals, because there's a lot of Cardinal fans here, and it's just so disappointing for them right now, especially when you got teams that are in your vision, like the Rams, that are just red hot right now. And the Cardinals have been that team. It was just a few years ago that the Cardinals were red hot, at least in the regular season. But man, they just couldn't look any worse right now. But then again, if you're ugly and you start hanging around the super ugly, then you start looking a little better, right? And that right now is the Seahawks and Cardinals, because the Seahawks, they need to blow that thing up and just start over again. I mean, it's abandoned ship on the Seahawks, right? You've got all their players, their defensive players, everybody left. Everybody's like, oh, yeah, we're out. We saw the writing on the wall, man. Blowing up. we're out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that I don't know about that game. That's why I'm still up in the air if I'm even going to go watch that game. The Rams aren't playing again because we crushed it on Thursday night, so I don't have to worry about missing the Rams game. So we'll see, man. It might not even be worth, getting in traffic over that game. I don't know. We'll see. Saints Giants, man. I don't know what's up with the Giants, man. Eli. I don't know, man. Is it he should just call it a career. He got his 2 Super Bowls. He's just not playing that great. He doesn't get good protection. When he gets good protection, when he has some time, he can do fairly well still. They've got that one wideout, right? Or is he a tight end? Is he a wide receiver or a tight end? In any case, they've got Beckham, and he at least says he's a good receiver. But you can have a great receiver and a great quarterback, but if you ain't got no blocking, man, what good is it? You know what I'm saying? I'm just not sure about the Giants right now. The Saints, they have their moments, and if I'm not mistaken, Drew Brees had a fairly decent showing last week. So, maybe the Saints can pull forward on that game. You got the 49ers and Chargers. The LA Chargers. I don't like that, man. Why don't they just stay in San Diego? You know what I'm saying? What's up with that? What the Rams are going to go to LA? We won't be there too. Can we go? I don't know. It's just kind of weird that they went and they want to be part of that new stadium and everything. So, the LA Chargers and the San Francisco 49ers are playing in LA. I think they're playing at that soccer stadium or something, aren't they? Don't they play there, that soccer stadium in LA? I think the Chargers definitely going to pull that one out because they look pretty decent. They look like they're putting something together. The Chargers. I still want to call them San Diego. And the 49ers just got blowed up, right? Because they lost their Garoppolo, the Mr. Champagne Glass. I mean, he is made of glass, isn't he? When he filled in for Brady, just for those 4 games when Brady was suspended, I mean, he didn't make it through those 4 games. I mean, he plays good when he's in, but he's made of glass. I mean, he just gets hurt, and now he's out for the season with that, which is kind of sad because the guy should have just ran right out of bounds. He'd have been all right, but he went for that one extra little yard, which is what kind of you do want. That coaches want it. Fans want that extra little yard, and as a player, that's kind of what you want. But that one cost him an NFL season right there, right? So, and unfortunately for the Niners, doesn't look too good right now. We'll see though. We'll see how your backup plays, but right now the Chargers look like they have some momentum moving forward, so we'll see. Steelers and Ravens, that's an interesting game, man, because I forget the quarterback. I don't know why I always forget. Is Joe Flacco, right? Yeah. Joe Flacco has his moments of greatness, right, where he looks like he's that $50 million quarterback. But the Steelers had some momentum coming off of the Monday nighter. Did they played Monday night, right? And they won that game. I think they were lucky to win that game, but they did win that game. If it wouldn't have been for was it a holding call or something? I think Fitzmagic would have worked his magic one more time and they lost that ball game. So the Steelers, they're an interesting team right now, right? There's a lot of things happening off the field and on the field that are kind of making them. I think that those things are holding them back. They're getting a lot of penalties every game. They need to tighten that up, and it's almost feels like, hey, has the coach lost this team at this point? They've got their running back that's still holding out, if I'm not mistaken. If I didn't miss something, and he said he's coming back. I don't recall hearing that. I think that would have been big news this week. So I feel like he's still holding out. I don't know. I think there's a chance for, and this is a big division game, isn't it? Aren't they in the same division? This is one that the Ravens could go in there and pull this one out in Pittsburgh. That'll be a damn good game to watch. I'll be keeping an eye on that one personally. Broncos and Chiefs, man. We'll talk about another division game. Wow. Broncos and Chiefs, man. That is one of those I-70 matchups, man, that is you have big showings at either stadium. If they're playing in Kansas City or if they're playing in Denver, it doesn't matter. Both those teams travel to both those stadiums because it's a straight shot down the interstate. There's a bunch of miles in between them, but it's a straight shot. You get on I-70 and you'll be there. Which is interesting too because I'll be in Denver in a few days myself, so it's awesome. But that I don't even know how to. I don't even know. Those games are tough. I don't even have. I think I actually do think the Chiefs should pull that one out because they've got that red hot quarterback right now. I mean, that young quarterback, he's playing his ass off right now. And like I was saying earlier, making the Chicago fans a little salty because, that's a pick that everybody passed up. I think quite a few teams passed up on that quarterback. But except for the Rams because we got Goff and hello, he's pretty awesome. I'm gushing over the Rams right now, man. Hey, when your team is hot like the Rams are right now, man, it feels great, right? So, but the Chiefs do have some serious momentum going right now, and so can the Broncos hold that off? I don't know. We'll see. That's one of those big division games. You just can't. You got the Chiefs, Broncos, you got the Ravens, Steelers, and you've got Dolphins and the Patriots, and all in AFC games. Those games are all tough calls. It's up in the air with those games. Those are games, matchups that are very tough. I mean, you just don't know. They're like toss ups. So that's it for that one. Let me see. What we got? Oh yeah, because Coach said he was working. I was looking at the chat room. So Coach said he was working. Man, working on a Sunday too. That sucks. I know what that's like because I used to work on Sundays. Sunday used to be my Monday. And we'll see. I don't know. We have to rebid here in another month, so we'll see how that goes. I might be back to working Sundays again, just for one more bid, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Depends on what bids they post, but So yeah, Urs said it's okay unless you're brewing beer. If you're brewing beer, then it's all right. I don't know. If you're brewing homebrew, sure, but if you're brewing beer for work, like Zach does, then not so much, right? Because it's still work. It's still work. You're not drinking the beer necessarily. Maybe sneaking a pint here and there, but you're not kicking back at home watching the games. Drinking some beer. Yeah, brewing beer and drinking beer, little different. So anyway, that's week 4. Soon enough, who do we have on Thursday? Oh, we've got Patriots and Colts on Thursday night. I don't know if people are lining up to watch Andrew Luck not throw a football. I don't know. Are we excited about? Oh, and the Chiefs Broncos is the Monday nighter. I am sorry, I didn't realize that. So that's actually good. I think that's a good Monday nighter. I think that's a good Monday night game. Actually, because the Chiefs Broncos is a huge rivalry, man. I mean, I think that's a good game. Or it has the potential to be a good game at least. Wow, Chiefs Broncos. And then let me see, the week that I travel there, let me see, next weekend, the Broncos will be at New York. So no game there. And then the Rams are traveling to Seattle to whip up on them, man, give them a little nice little uh, beating on the wet behind because, it's always raining in Seattle and, so they're going to be wet and they're going to kick their ass. So it's a spanking on their wet behind. You get it? So that's how that works. Other than that, we're out of here, man. So, oh, there's something on the bottom. Oh, Krispy Kreme logo. Other than that, enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. The rest of your Sunday. I've got some more editing to do and some football to watch. So that's what I'll be doing until I make up my mind if I'm going to go to the game. Um, Going to games is a lot of fun, man. If you've never been to a football game, um, I enjoy it. There's not everything ain't for everybody, right? But I enjoy the hell out of it. It's just it's a lot of fun. Admittedly, though, if you really enjoy watching football on TV, there is a lot of things you miss going to an event that you do see with the coverage and you do hear with the coverage because you'll get better heads up on injuries and better heads up, of course, on all the numbers and the stats. You can keep up with some of it on your phone, but at least at the events that I've gone to, when you get, thousands of people under one roof or at one event, you got 50, 60, 70 plus thousand people at one event. And everybody's got, mobile devices that they're trying to access the internet on. It can be tough to access the internet at those events. So, a lot of times you just give up and you're like, you know what, screw it. Now, lately at the Cardinal Stadium, they've been getting better. But like, let's say I'm going to a race or something like that, it can get challenging. All those people on one particular spot trying to access the internet. It makes it tough to get onto something. But in any case, we're out of here, man. Thanks for joining in on the morning coffee. Zach's still getting his refrigerator delivered. Hopefully his fridge didn't go out first, and that's why he's ordering. Hopefully he's just upgrading or thought they would need a new refrigerator. But yeah, put a few beers in the cooler. Yeah. You know what, man? I'm gonna disappoint everybody because I don't even drink when I go to games. I don't because when I'm at a game, um, it's gonna sound like I'm bragging, but when you sit that close to the field, okay, at a stadium, you walk, you don't think about it, but you're walking so far down because the field's like down there, right? So when you're sitting that close to the field, it's great for watching the game, right? Because you're right there. You can hear the players, you can hear the action, and it's great. The problem with that is that you got to walk your ass all the way up there. So if you drink, you're spending more time walking up all them stairs. And the angle that I go at isn't that high. It's not that, but it is a long walk up some stairs. And just to get to the line that's going to be in the restroom. And so the more you drink, man, the more you got to make that commute on foot. Doot, 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 and I ain't about it. So I don't even drink. I get one large soda, typically a Sprite or a Diet Coke when I go, and that's it. And I sip just so that I don't have to go to the restroom and get up because it's so inconvenient to climb all those stairs back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I don't necessarily mind the cost of the beer when I go. You just kind of chalk it to. Sometimes I will. Sometimes I'll, tell the beer guy, hey man, give me a beer, and they usually have like Bud Light or something. Lately, they have had some decent craft beer though, but it has to be. They like those aluminum bottles at stadiums, so if it's an aluminum bottle, then you probably could get it. So I don't see too much craft beer in an aluminum bottle. It's mostly like Bud products or Coors products, right, or something like that. Um, so your choices are that when you're getting from a beer guy at the stadium. But yeah, I don't really drink, man, because I don't like to. Hey, I have to walk all the way back up there. But there's plenty of people that do, man. There's plenty of people that almost as soon as their butts hit the chair, they have to get right back up again because it. You know what I'm saying? They're drinking that much. They'll sit down for a few plays, it seems like, and then they're right back up. They got to go to the restroom again. They end up watching most of the game from the, what do you call it, the atrium there, which you might as well bought a cheaper seat at that point. Like, what are you doing, So, uh, and I've only tailgated a few times. I think, God, I've had season tickets now for 10 or 11 years. And I think I've tailgated maybe 4 times in that whole time. That's how rare I do it. I'm just all about the game when I go. I like to see the teams warming up. I like to and I don't know, it's like going to the club too, man, with the music they're playing and everything. It's pretty fun. And then they have all the screens going so you can watch all the other games that are playing. And before the game starts, they're keeping you pretty up to date on stats and stuff like that. There's a lot of things kind of going on with all other people that are coming in. I usually sit on the side where the visiting team warms up because I am the Rams fan. So when the Rams are playing, I like to see my Rams warming up and kind of holler at the players, and they'll give you a thumbs up and stuff like that. Some of the players will have interactions with some of the kids, and that's fun to watch. Fun to watch the kids throwing footballs back and forth with their favorite player. Some of the players do that before the game starts, and it's just, I couldn't even imagine being a kid and your favorite player that you watch on TV is just tossing the ball to you, man. How it's just it's got to make their life. Yeah, because I couldn't imagine. Well, and I have had that I've been that fortunate to actually um like play, not actually I've had the luxury of being in a 1 day clinic when I was a kid with Magic Johnson, and that's why I'm such a Magic fan to this day. Actually bouncing a ball to Magic and him bouncing a ball back to you when he's still Magic, when he's still the man. Like, I can't even tell you. It's great. So I do know a little bit about it, but just not with football, with basketball. And I did toss baseballs with some of the Dodger greats back in the day too. So I have had that luxury, and it just influences you the rest of your life. You're just in love with those teams forever, like in those players forever. So it's great. Now that I think about it some more, I guess I have done that. So, but it is great. So I see those kids in their faces, and some of them, the players have actually given them a ball, and oh my God, you just see their faces, man. And they're just like, oh, this is the greatest ever. So it's a lot of fun to watch, man, when the players do those sorts of things before the game. And sometimes it's not the players, sometimes it's the equipment guys or something, but just the opportunity to toss a game ball back and forth. With somebody from the team, right? Somebody, and I think that's kind of cool, man. So those are the things that I could either be having beers out in the parking lot with another fat guy like myself, or I don't know. To me, it's just more fun to see what's happening on the field and see the players, and that's what I'm there to do anyway. So I'm a huge fan of the game, and I just geek out over it. So I don't like to miss any of that stuff. The minute the gates open, I'm in. I'm like, boop, you know what I'm saying? So Yeah, I'm all about it. Plus, I've gone so much that I know where I'm parking. I know what door I'm going in on, and I know what gate I'm going in. I know what, I just boom, 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 boom. I have a whole routine. So, in any case, you guys enjoy your football. Thank you for tuning in once again for another Sunday morning coffee. And remember, there's no share beer this coming week. That was another motivation for me doing this one. So at least there's another little video. But you guys take it easy, man. Peace out.